And we are all set now for the 2018 Formula One season. It's lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Hamilton. Raikkonen comes across, cuts off Sebastian Vettel. Verstappen's in the hunt as well. Hamilton will lead them into turn one. And there goes Kimi Raikkonen ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Great start from Kevin Magnussen. He's got ahead there of Max Verstappen.
Congratulations, they all appear to have got through turn 1 and 2. Look at Raikkonen advancing down the outside into turn 3. Good speed he had in the Ferrari there.
Hamilton having to hold off the challenger. Kimi Raikkonen didn't quite make it in the Ferrari. 2 and 3, Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel as they now head on towards the far side of the lake. It's Lewis Hamilton that leads from the 2 Ferraris, then Magnussen, then comes Verstappen, then comes Grosjean after him. Hülkenberg, Ricciardo in 8th, Sainz and Alonso in 10th.
No drag reduction systems available. There's 3 per lap, so not in the beginning.
Daniel Ricciardo down the inside there on Carlos Sainz, and he's made up a place and on Carlos Sainz in the Renault. And Fernando Alonso is looking to pounce there in the Renault-powered McLaren. This is the first lap of the new Formula One season. Now Hamilton's starting to move ahead and away from the 2 Ferraris.
Bottas started 15, runs 15. Didn't make any ground up in the first lap in the Mercedes.
Carlos Sainz under pressure from Fernando Alonso, who tries to go round the outside at turn 13 and almost makes it. Now he's going to be under pressure from Stoffel van Dorn, his teammate behind him. What a busy lap Carlos Sainz is having. Ricciardo got past him, Alonso very nearly did.
Carlos Sainz's childhood hero and good friend, Fernando Alonso. We're trying to run him out of road basically, but all is fair in love and war in Formula One.
Here we see Daniel Ricciardo out on the track behind Nico Hülkenberg. Renault power for the Red Bull and of course for the Works team. DRS assistance for Ricciardo, down the inside he goes. That looked nice and easy for Daniel Ricciardo, but Hülkenberg will now fight him back again. He's got the inside line, but Ricciardo just chops him off going through turn 14, and the local favourite has made up a place. He is into 7th, Daniel Ricciardo. And out of the race, and his first race in Formula One, is Sergei Sirotkin in the Williams. Looks to me like he's just pulled over to the side of the track, Martin.
It's in a runoff area, depends where it is. That might need a safety car.
The brake went full straight.
Into the pits now comes car number 9, the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. For an early pit stop for him. Meanwhile, back to Magnussen and Verstappen.
Well, with Verstappen tucked up behind Magnussen. Oh, he's round, he's lost it.
And Grosjean's got past and Ricciardo's got past, and here comes the Renault as well of Nico Hülkenberg, and he's lost places there, and there goes Daniel Ricciardo on Romain Grosjean. He's trying to go the long way round and he can't quite make that move stick, but Max Verstappen, what a disastrous start to the race this has been for him, as Grosjean and Ricciardo getting very, very close, and this scrap's getting nice and tasty as well.
Well, he's been threatening to do that for a while now, hasn't he? And he wasn't that close.
Box, Kimi box.
So Ferrari are making a pit stop, and it is Kimi Raikkonen that is coming in first. So the lead Ferrari getting the first pit stop. Now whether this turns into an advantage or a disadvantage we'll only find out by the end of the race. It's the ultra soft tyres that are coming off. Going on the yellow striped soft compound tyres. So Raikkonen to the end of the race we'd expect on those soft compound tyres. Can he get out now ahead of the Haas of Kevin Magnussen? Yeah, plenty of time for that to happen. So Kimi Raikkonen rejoins the race back in 3rd place.
And it's the soft tyres as well, so they're covering off the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen. As we said earlier, it's the track position which is king round here. So they were a little bit slow just dropping the car, otherwise clean stop, and Hamilton's away. He's just got to make sure he'll be rejoined ahead of Kimi Raikkonen for his sake, and Kevin Magnussen looks like he's done it.
Yeah, he's certainly done that. Mercedes responding instantly. Meanwhile, what's happening to Carlos Sainz in his battle with Fernando Alonso? Well, Sainz has taken the long way round onto the gravel. That's never going to win out that particular Spanish duel, and Alonso says thank you very much. Who's that going very, very slowly? That's Kevin Magnussen. After pitting in the Haas and after performing superbly well in the opening 22 laps of this race, Kevin Magnussen on for a really good haul of points, is having to stop, and by the looks of it, Martin, would you think one of those wheels isn't attached properly?
Yeah, I think he might have a loose wheel.
One of the crew there just walking off and out of the garage, because I think that's the reason.
Failure, guys. Suspension failure.
So Grosjean and Hulkenberg are relegated in that pit stop battle there.
Hang on, we've got another
not
problem.
Another one, surely not. Roman Grosjean's pulled over to the side of the track. What is happening down at Haas this afternoon? What could have been one of their best weekends on a racetrack has turned into absolute disaster. For the team from the USA, Magnussen out, 2 laps later, Grosjean out as well, and looking at the reaction of the driver there, is it more problems with attaching wheels? So Sebastian Vettel is coming in behind the virtual safety car, and Daniel Ricciardo's been told, no, don't worry, this is okay for us as well. The game you can make in a virtual safety car is that the pit lane isn't part of the racetrack. Sebastian Vettel is going to come out ahead of Lewis Hamilton here. Hamilton has to adhere to the virtual safety car time. Vettel didn't have to adhere to that because he's under the pit lane rules and regulations, and he is ahead now of Lewis Hamilton. The safety car is in. We can go racing once again. We've lost Sorokin, we've lost Ericsson, Gasly, Magnussen and Grosjean, and now Sebastian Vettel leads them down the Walker Straight, and we are underway in Australia once more. Vettel from Hamilton, then comes Raikkonen after him. It's Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso still behind Max Verstappen. Ricciardo might be having a look at Hulkenberg, going down into turn 1, and Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, gets ahead of Nico Hulkenberg. Great move there from Verstappen.
Verstappen was busy defending there, I think.
He was. There's Valtteri Bottas down the inside of Stoffel Van Dorn as well.
Sounds like Verstappen damaged his car when he had that leery spin across the grass in turn 1 a few laps back, from what the team was saying to him.
So, Vettel, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Alonso ahead of Verstappen. I knew this halo would get me all caught out, but not been able to see the drivers' helmets this season. And then Hulkenberg ahead of Van Dorn, who managed to stay ahead of Valtteri Bottas at the restart.
Can I push yet? Let me know how much you want it. Come on. I'm going for it.
Not waiting for an answer. He's going to go for it. How much does it mean? 21 races to come this year. How much does it mean for either of these two to win the Open?
It's a big points turnaround, isn't it? 25 to 18 times 2, effectively, if you can swap those around. A big cushion that might come in very useful, because it does seem Ferrari have a good race car as well. It's certainly been a good match for a Ferrari, for a Mercedes today, but Lewis is exploring new parts of the racetrack. He hasn't been on so far this weekend. Has he gone straight over there, Lewis? Yes, I think he went really wide there into 9.
Yeah.
And lost a load of time.
Very frustrating indeed. There's a little error from the defending world champion that's cost him the opportunity to attack Sebastian Vettel. The first season in Formula One that we have had 2 4-time world champions starting on the same grid, and those 2 4-time world champions are going to finish 1 and 2 this afternoon, and like it was 12 months ago, it is Sebastian Vettel who comes home to win the Australian Grand Prix. Ferrari take the opening salvo in 2018. Vettel wins from Hamilton. Raikkonen on the podium ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Fernando Alonso, who hadn't finished an Australian Grand Prix since he rejoined McLaren, is on his way home now to hold off Max Verstappen and take 5th place in this race. And what a performance that is for McLaren here in Albert Park. Alonso 5th, Verstappen 6th, Hulkenberg for Renault comes home 7th. Valtteri Bottas from 15th on the grid makes it up to 8th ahead of Stoffel Van Dorn, and it should be Carlos Sainz holding off Sergio Perez for the final points position, but for 25 points, give them then to Sebastian Vettel.